Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, as you guys can see up on the screen. Today, I want to talk a little bit about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. Once again, this is ticker symbol SOFI or Sofi. And this was a really good day for Sofi stock, obviously, being up 4.88% on the day, and intraday it was up even higher. We got to an intraday high of 654 after a previous close yesterday of 615. So this was a big day. Now, yes, after hours we are down 2.95%, but I always say it on this channel, hey, I don't read too much into the after hours. I don't really think it matters that much. It's low volume, it's high volatility. It usually doesn't really even carry over into the next day at all, unless it's like based off of news or earnings or something like that. If it's just like regular market fluctuations, it seems like anything happens after hours. I don't know, but really good day for Sofi. When we take a look at the broader market here, really good day for the market. And hey, the markets need this. The people need this right now. Dow Jones up 1.85, S&P up 2.47, NASDAQ up 3.06, and Russell up 1.8. And Sofi outperformed all of them. They beat the major indices today. That's definitely a great day. Now, hey, small victory, but if Sofi is going to get where shareholders and investors want it to get, it's going to need to outperform the major indices, for a couple weeks, for a couple months, maybe even over the course of the next couple years. So, hey, it's a start. It's something, but yeah, it is just one day, so I don't want to read into it too much. But in this video, we'll be going over all the latest for Sofi. We have some good stuff. We have some bad stuff to talk about. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that a ton. Subscribe, stay up to date on all the latest content. And yeah, of course, as always, there's going to be no financial advice in this video. I'm not telling you guys to buy anything, not telling you guys to sell anything, nothing like that. Just giving some of my thoughts and opinions on some news and stories and things that are going on. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, yeah, Sofi now is down 58.86% year to date. Obviously, April is almost over, so we're a third of the way through the year. We're almost through 4 months, and being down almost 60% in 4 months is pretty crazy. That's pretty tough, and that's why, again, hey, a single upward moving day is great, but we need a lot of upward moving days. We need it to go on a nice little run, and it's not impossible, but in the short term, a lot of Sofi shareholders are definitely hurting. We have this I want to talk about from Motley Fool, the Motley Fool or Fool.com, whatever. They say, better buy Sofi Technologies or Robinhood Markets. Obviously, these are both, two kind of financial services companies. Obviously, Robinhood more dealing with like investing and stuff like that. Sofi kind of dealing with everything. But two fintech companies, two, pretty well-known and popular fintech companies at that. I don't think comparing the two of them is necessarily that great of a comparison, except for the fact that, all stocks compete with each other with like opportunity costs. If you buy a stock, that's you not buying one of every other stock. So, if you're just saying two popular stocks and two well-known companies, Sofi and Robinhood, then hey, I think it's a fine comparison. If you think those are two of the better buys out there now, I don't know, but some of their key points here I think are interesting. They say commission-free stock trading app Robinhood has built a business on a flimsy foundation. So obviously they're not too excited about Robinhood. And for Sofi, they say Sofi may boast slower growth, but it is on a short path to profitability, and investors must always be looking to look past hype to understand what's really going on with a young company's success. So again, this is seeming very pro Sofi, and it's definitely the case throughout this article. I want to scroll down to the bottom and give some of their kind of concluding thoughts where they say, tons of good stuff here. You guys should check out the article. I'm not going to go over all of it, but at the end, they do say, bottom line, don't make this complicated. Robinhood may be creating plenty of noise, but its future is questionable at best. Sofi's isn't. And here's much to be said for certainty when it comes to supporting a stock's price. It's certainly not a great first position for a new portfolio, but it is a welcome addition to a diversified portfolio that's already got some defensive, lower risk holdings in it. So, they are saying they think Sofi is a kind of a solid growth play going forward, an interesting risk reward ratio. But they are saying that yes, Sofi is obviously risky. It is unprofitable. It is forward looking. It is speculative, but they think it's a nice piece. And again, they don't think so much about Robinhood. So not only is this at the end of the day, saying, hey, we think Sofi is a better investment than Robinhood, which I don't think that's that hot of a take. They're also saying, hey, Sofi might just be a good investment, period. Which I think is kind of interesting because, again, when a stock's down 60% in 4 months, there's not going to be a whole lot of people having, positive reviews of it at that point. If there still are, then you might have something to look into a little bit. We also have this from investorplace.com. SoFi stock offers a offers a lot of waiting for not much upside. It's going to take time for SoFi stock to start bouncing back. Even then, it may fail to bounce back to anywhere near its past all-time high. For now, the best move remains to wait for it to fall to a more can't-miss price. Now, I don't necessarily know what a can't-miss price would be, and I don't know that they do talk about it a little bit here. They say if the issues I listed above do cause it to experience another sharp decline in price, there may be merit in entering a position if there's another severe pullback. Bottom fishing in at prices under $5 per share could be a contrarian play worth the risk and the wait. Until that moment arrives, however, stay on the sidelines for SoFi. So yeah, kind of interesting there. They think that, SoFi at $5 and under is a buy. Now, part of me wants to say, hey, we're at $6.45. Yes, getting down to $5 is, it's still a really, really significant drop from here, and that would be rough. But like, if you like it at $5, but you don't like it, I mean, this thing was $6.02 a couple days ago. If you like it at $5, but you don't like it at $6, like, does that make a ton of sense? If it's a long-term investment, you like someone at $5, I mean, you don't necessarily love it at $6, but I think if you're buying someone at $5, you're probably okay buying something at $6 as well. So I don't know. I think a lot of hot takes for them to say that they're, where it would be a screaming buy is only a little bit lower. Maybe a little bit weird to me, but overall, again, they're saying they're kind of steering clear of SoFi. So you have a little bit of the good and bad. You have some positive, some negative outlooks. I don't know. That's kind of where we're at. But getting into some of the big news, Biden may cancel some debt, but apparently he has ruled out canceling $50,000 per borrower. So that's kind of interesting. We've gone way, way back and forth on this. At times it looked like he wasn't going to cancel anything. Then we started hearing, hey, he might cancel everything. And now it seems like we're somewhere in the middle of he might cancel some. Again, this is possible that this is all just a ploy to, get people excited for the midterm elections of like, hey, we might cancel some stuff, vote, a bunch of Democrats. That's possible. They might also cancel some stuff, which would get people excited about Democrats, or, they might just end up doing nothing. And they might waive it, they might like tease you with it and then just do away with it again after the midterm elections, just like they did kind of after this past election. Who knows? But again, at this point, it seems like $50,000 plus per borrower is off the table, which obviously is good for SoFi. Again, SoFi has been in favor of them forgiving $10,000 per borrower. But yeah, SoFi doesn't want to lose $50,000 per borrower. They don't want to lose all student debt, but they do want the moratorium to end and they want student debt to start paying. So at the end of the day, SoFi is just asking for, hey, Biden, make a decision, do something. Either forgive some debt and start paying these off, or, end the moratorium, do something. So I don't know, maybe we're getting closer and closer to a decision there, and getting closer and closer to SoFi being able to actually cash in on some of that student loan refinancing and student loan debt. We also have this SoFi stock valuation using price to sales ratio. This guy says he has, charts and he goes into it with a nice little breakdown. He says, my conclusion was that if I want to see a 20% annual return through 2025, approximately 2 times from current market cap of $5 billion, then I'm essentially betting that SoFi's revenues will grow at a 30% CAGR through 2025 and be valued at a price to sales ratio of 4 or higher. I think those are fairly conservative estimates, so that's why I decided to pull the trigger on this stock. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting there. We will have to see what happens. I don't know. This is at least what this guy's thinking. He's kind of, his case is that it's a pretty good buy right now, and you could get, potentially a 20% annual return through 2025 conservatively. That's pretty crazy. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if his numbers and metrics and everything pan out. Disastrous news for SoFi here. The fact that as of 58 minutes ago, I don't know, at least due to this post, SoFi's engineering team is still working on getting the app back on the Google Play Store. This is something we talked about yesterday. And when I heard about this news, I thought it would be back up relatively fast. I thought it was kind of crazy that SoFi was off the Google Play Store for hours. I was like, whoa, that's weird. Usually, something goes down for like a couple minutes or like maybe an hour or two, and then it usually gets fixed or figured out or whatever. What is going on that SoFi has now been off the Google Play Store for over 24 hours? I don't know, but this guy tweeted, SoFi's app has been down for 24 plus hours on the Google Play Store. Are you okay? They said, hey there, our SoFi engineering team is working hard to get the SoFi app back online. This is just the cookie cutter response they've been sending to everyone, and they even say that here, the cookie cutter response is not adequate. Like, yeah, what is going on? Why can your engineer team not even get your app into the App Store? Did something happen? Is there something to be worried about? Is there something to be concerned about? what is even going on? I really hate that they're not telling people what happened. Maybe they're covering up some bigger issue. Maybe this is just something stupid, silly. Maybe their engineering team sucks. Maybe their PR team sucks. Maybe their customer service support. I don't know. But the fact that this has been down for 24 plus hours, that's bad. I mean, hey, you need the app to be in the App Store for people to be able to download it, to gain new members, all that stuff. But also, just the fact that they can't even get their app up on the store, that's a bad sign in a lot of ways. I don't know. This is not something I love to hear. I think that's very, very frustrating and weird. We have this guy asking if his math is right. He says February 2017, SoFi is worth $4.4 billion. In April of 2020, they acquired Galileo for $1.2 billion. Then they acquired Technesis for $1.1 billion, adds up to $6.7 billion. All three companies are growing 20% or more a year. SoFi now trades for $5.1 billion. Am I crazy? And obviously, this is not necessarily how things work. Just because stuff was worth something before and then it's growing, that doesn't mean it's still valued at the same, especially for SoFi that's not even profitable yet. So I don't know. Maybe, it is possible that SoFi is undervalued right now. It is possible that it's oversold. Maybe it's even likely that it's undervalued or oversold, but it could have been overvalued back then. There's just so many things go into it. This isn't necessarily the math is right, but that's just not really how things work, unfortunately. But I thought it was an interesting post. And then we have the fact that Taxbit Network is welcoming SoFi technologies in tandem with the launch of Taxbit Network. SoFi will be incorporating a one-click free Taxbit sign-up with their native applications to further simplify access to 2021 tax forms and year-round access to Taxbit's industry-leading software. This is Noto making progress towards adding tax services on SoFi and completing the one-stop shop for online financial services powerhouse. I think this is a great deal. I think this is really, really cool. I think this is exciting. I think this is a great move for SoFi, at least from what I've seen of it. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Tell me, drop a like if you do enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about SOFI. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hope to catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.